Good morning, everyone, or good evening, depending on the time zone that you are in, or like the sailors say, good day. Welcome to meeting number 539 of Blue Quest. Today, we will be having a different kind of a meeting, but that does not mean that some rules do not apply to you. My name is Rupinder. I will be the Sergeant at Arms for today. I will begin by reciting the club mission statement. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. You're now inside the code of conduct of a Toastmasters meeting. Please be advised that this meeting is being recorded and we can pause the recording if you so wish so. Meeting rules. Audience, please be advised that any behavior that disturbs the flow of the meeting will result in removal from the meeting room without any warning. Please ensure that your noise-making devices, such as cell phones, are switched off or on silent mode when you come on stage. You do not want that rather melodious ringtone of your favorite iPhone. Please speak responsibly on topics such as religion, politics, and sex. Try not offending anyone. And as far as possible, please keep your videos on, your audios off, and applause flowing throughout. Today, we will not have a Toastmaster of the day or a table topic master or a general evaluator. Having said that, when you call on a respective role player on stage, please ensure that a smart audio video check. The timer will use either background change or screen sharing to indicate the time using one of the three cards. Green means that you've reached the minimum qualifying time. Yellow indicates that there's a good time to start concluding, and red specified that you have about 30 seconds or more or you will be disqualified. Individual session timings will be explained in due time. We encourage you to use the Zoom emoticons generously to encourage the players. We sincerely request you not to send chat messages to everyone or when the speaker is on stage. In fact, refrain from chatting altogether, focus on the speakers. In short, what I'm expecting you to do is to be the kind of audience you would want for yourself. Reiterating, please stay on mute until specifically requested to unmute. And speaking on unmuting, I am going to unmute our presiding officer, who is also the president of Blue Quest and who has ably led Blue Quest, carrying on the good work done by the previous leadership team. Kapil is employed with IBM. He is a chartered accountant, and for the life of me, I cannot understand what chartered accountants do for a living. The other thing about chartered accountants is that they are supposed to be few, but in Toastmasters, for some reason, we seem to have more chartered accountants than we have regular Toastmasters. I call myself a regular Toastmaster because I can't be a chartered accountant. But let's call our chartered accountant, our president, the IBM employee, Kapil Kakkar, on stage as he explains the session further.
Thank you, Rupinder. Thank you so much. I welcome all the members and the guests in our meeting number 539. And as Rupinder mentioned that today we are going to have a different meeting, different than our normal meeting. We only have table topics, and I'm sure that you will enjoy our meeting today. Most of the members have not joined so far, but still I would like to mention that we need to submit our movements of truth this week. So I would request members to please do this in a day or two, and then please do confirm to me once done. I'm also playing the role of a timer. So my role is to flag the cards when the speaker is speaking. So I will flag my green card at the end of 1 minute, yellow card at the end of 1.5 minutes, and red card at the end of 2 minutes. We have a couple of more role players as well with us. So I will let them explain their role themselves. So I would call our counter of the day, Shorendra Bhaumik. Shorendra sir, if you could explain your role.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kapil and our valued president. As the counter of the day, it is my responsibility to check on the crutch words or the filler words that we use unknowingly, unconsciously while we are speaking. Filler words normally come out when our mind is actually looking at a particular word and not finding it immediately. And therefore, there is a gap between delivery and the, the whole thought being processed in the mind. And therefore, we use filler words, which could be you know, right, and such similar words which you most unconsciously don't understand. And at the end of the meeting, when I'm called on, I will deliver my report and tell you how well you could have used a particular word or how many of these words you would have used so that you're conscious for your next time that you're going to deliver a speech. Over to you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Shrinder, for explaining your role. Could I request Gayatri to explain her role, please?
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Word of the day is distinct, which means recognizably different in nature from something of a similar type. Synonyms would be clear, definite, defined, well defined. Example of this word in a sentence would be, there was the distinct smell of something burning. We had the distinct impression that they were lying. I hope we get to use the word of the day during our speeches. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gayatri. With that, I think we are good to start our meeting. So let me pick up my first table topic speaker. So I would rather prefer to have some experienced one. Rupinder, I will pick you first so that others can
Sure, but
get familiar with the role.
Do you want to explain the structure as to how it is going to flow before we
All right.
move ahead?
Sure. So idea is I will pick first speaker, which is Rupinder, and then I will also pick the evaluator of Rupinder, who is what's that? Nuha. Post that, Nuha will be the first speaker, and then she will be choosing the another evaluator. So that
Actually, I will be choosing the evaluator for Nuha. And then that evaluator becomes the speaker.
Right. Yeah, so that's how it goes. And probably after Rupinder speaks, you will get a good idea about how it flows. So Rupinder, could I start with you first? Rupinder, are you ready?
Sure. I'm ready.
Okay, so table topic for you is the heart holds the answer, brain refused to see. The heart holds the answer, brain refused to see.
You are absolutely correct, Mr. Topic Master. The heart does hold the answer that the brain refuses to see. The tussle between the brain and the heart is timeless. Actually, not timeless. It started when the brain started to evolve and decided to have a mind of its own. So in a sense, the heart and the brain, they have a mind of their own. Confusing as it may sound, but that is how it works. To illustrate this thing with an example, let's say that you are supposed to be at a meeting at 8 o'clock in the morning. You cannot be even 1 second late. So your brain will continually pick at you, telling you to wake up, to take a bath, to be ready, to be on time. But your heart will tell you it's okay. Hit the snooze button. 10 minutes will not make a difference. And your brain can scream all that it wants. But at some point, you will hit the snooze button. And then 10 minutes later, when you wake up, when the alarm rings again, your brain will tell you, you are now 10 minutes late. But that heart will tell you 10 minutes won't make a difference. Hit the snooze button, and you will hit the snooze button. At some point, though, the brain will take over. The brain will tell you that you better stop listening to your heart, or you are going to be late. And at that point, you will work with the you will work frantically to be on time. How do I know that? Because I hit the snooze button not one, not two, but 3 times. And yet here I am, Topics Master.
Thank you, Rupinder.
Now we will ask Nuha to evaluate me. Nuha will be timed at 30 seconds, 45 seconds, and 60 seconds, after which Nuha has 30 seconds grace to complete her evaluation. In effect, she's got 1 minute, 30 seconds to complete her evaluation. Nuha, if you could turn on your video so that we can spotlight you. Or would you, Nuha, are you there in the first place?
Yes, I am here.
All right, adding to spotlight, your evaluation starts now. I choose Shaurendra Bhaumik to be her evaluator when I give Nuha a topic. So you see how this works.
Okay, so first I will do the evaluation, then you will give me the topic and choose my evaluator. Okay, so I will try to be nice. I'll try to be very nice. Okay, wonderful attempt, very insightful of you going inside the human body and how it interacts together. I think when the heart tells you all the time to do the good things that you like, sleep maybe a little bit more, or maybe stay late a little bit more. Maybe I love the example that you gave about the snooze. It was a very clear example of how the relation between mind and heart goes. And your mind will always tell you to be on time, to do this, to do that. And the thing about human is that we have to combine heart and mind together, but we tend to either listen to our heart or listen to our mind. What I think can be improved is if you start with this example first, because I thought that you were speaking generally, trying to get ideas, and then you got this beautiful idea about the snooze, and then you told it out. If you started with this, it would have been more amazing. And thank you.
Thank you, Nuha. And I will now give you a topic. And your evaluator is Distinguished Toastmaster Shaurendra Bhaumik. So after you finish, you choose an evaluator for him and you give him a topic.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to remove myself from the spotlight. Nuha Madani, are you a late night owl or an early bird? Are you a late night owl or an early bird? Nuha Madani.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rupinder. I would say I was an early bird who turned into a night owl. When I was in college, the first thing I would do in the morning is wake up at 5 a.m., have this wonderful cup of tea with the peace, with all the peace that I can get my mind ready for my engineering college because it needs mind ready. You need to set up your mind to go deal with the classes, continuous classes and labs and everything. But then I got married, I had kids, and I had things that are waiting to be done. So if I want to make it in the morning, I would be neglecting my kids. They would be making a disaster in my house, and I would have to add up to my schedule. So by choice, I chose to be night owl. So everything that I cannot do in the morning, I will do it. I will be doing in the evening, and then that's where I discovered the beauty of the night. I can travel to different Toastmasters regions that meets um, their morning, my night. It has wonderful, distinct flavor. I would say I was able to expose to their culture, to how they conduct their meetings, what is their experience, and I discovered that at night you get pure ideas. You get to think about things in a deep, meaningful way than you get to do in the speedy, foggy mornings. Thank you.
Over to Sharendra for his evaluation. Nuha, select an evaluator for Sharendra and a topic for him. Sharendra, you are
Okay.
on.
So thank you so much, Noha. Toastmaster Noha, your short speech was brilliantly sparkled with various aspects. I loved the way you opened. You said you were an all early bird and then you turned into a night owl. Brilliantly started because it then gave me a thought of how you would transit from one to the other, and I got interested about it. Your being a mother and looking after the children was your prime responsibility as far as the morning was concerned, but the evenings were left to yourself when you could travel to the world which you love being in. And therefore, with examples that you gave us about being in Toastmasters, spending time in thinking about the deep, meaningful nights, and such aspects. This was a complete speech by itself, and you closed very well. And I therefore congratulate you. Using a very short time, you brilliantly handled the topic, and I believe every one of us learned something from you. Thank you very much for a beautiful speech. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank, thank you. Okay, your evaluator will be Toastmaster Omar, and your speech title is your topic is you can have results or excuses, not both.
Thank you, Toastmaster. But that's a beautiful topic. If you want results, then you need to work. If you want to work, you cannot have excuses because excuses will only be a bottleneck and be the stumbling block to go to the next step. When you're working or when you're wanting results, they are broken up in small phases, and each phase needs you to work towards going to the next phase. And if you are finding excuses to be able to hold yourself back, it would be very difficult for you to move to the next step and then on to the next and then on to the next step so that you can finally reach your destination. It's just like going on a road, maybe from your home to office, and then there are these red lights which stop you, the traffic lights which stop you from going ahead. And if you see these traffic lights and make that an excuse that I can't go ahead, and you turn around and go back home, then you'll never make it to your office. Likewise, in life, we always have bottlenecks which come up, and we need to clear the way to go ahead and be successful. Every successful man, you will realize, is the one who has successfully negotiated through this world and being able to finally achieve the destination by actually putting in a lot of work, and excuses stayed back, or you mitigated those excuses or those bottlenecks to be able to be successful. I therefore strongly feel that you must look for results. Excuses cannot be accepted if you are a person who's looking for results. Over to you. Now, is it going to be Omar? Yes, Omar.
Yes, Toastmaster Shailendra. It was a great take. I loved the way you started off with the same quote, but you gave it a new perspective also. You have to work for the things and all. And I love the analogy of traffic lights as the excuses, and you don't have to stop there. You have to move towards your goals. You have to reach the office and all that. So it was interesting. The one thing that I want to suggest is bottlenecks is a very technical word. Because I am from finance and accounts background myself, so I know what bottleneck is, and limiting factors, all these and things are there. So maybe the audience will not know what bottleneck is, why we are using that terminology. So better maybe use another word for it. So in order to, is something that blocks your maybe output, the results are not coming as you expected. So you can do that, choose another word for it. And one thing I would like to also add, that conclude in a way that it reinstates the point that you wanted to convey, but in a different perspective, different way. Not say that repeat the same quote again or something. Maybe reestablish the fact that you wanted to say, but in a different perspective, make it more energetic, more eager, and that otherwise a fantastic attempt at the table topics. And looking forward to hearing from you in the future also. Thank you.
Thank you. Omar, I'll give you a topic, and I would request Naveen to be your evaluator. This question, I would like to put it in the context that yesterday, the government of India decided not to have the grade 12 examinations for their students because of the pandemic. And my question comes out of that particular aspect. And the question is, are exams a good means of knowledge and skill assessment? Are exams a good way or good means of knowledge and skill assessment? Over to you.
Okay, that is a very interesting question. And exams, I was teaching a student also here in Saudi Arabia for CBSE boards. She was also second year mathematics. I was teaching her, and she had also 12th grade exams to give, and she will not be giving now. So that is, but I feel that it can work both ways. It can be a good assessment also, but sometimes you define the hierarchy. Okay, this person is first, this is second, and so you are trying to distinguish between them. Okay, maybe categorize them. Okay, this is a first placer, this is a fifth grader, sixth and seventh and eighth. So that thing, from that point of view, if I think exams are not good, you are trying to differentiate between them. Some kids may feel not that good. I always say that grades and high scores never measure your true intelligence. If that is the case, then Einstein was not very intelligent at all. His teachers told that his teacher told his mother that your son is up to no good. He doesn't understand anything. But he was the most genius person in the world. He had the inner drive and passion to do things. and he became the Nobel Prize winner, one of the greatest scientists. So grades and scores don't measure intelligence, but at the same time, it is your skills are being tested, and it is you can showcase your talent, how much you have learned and how much you have learned. But I believe that exam should be there, but there should be no grading or anything or scoring. Because when you are doing that, some students may get demoralized, demotivated or whatever. But for some, maybe it is also an opportunity to grow. Depends on the perspective of the kids also. So I always believe it is a two-faced coin, and we should have exams or not have, but we should not demolish the scoring system and grading. Oh, this is a A grader, this is a B grader, and a C grader. Over to you, Tim. Topics master.
Thank you. And now will I request Naveen to kindly evaluate Omar's speech. Thank you. You're muted. Naveen. Naveen, kindly unmute.
I don't think that Naveen is in the room. Would anybody else like to evaluate Umar?
Don't evaluate me, evaluate my speech.
Yeah, of course.
Naveen, are you there?
I don't think he's there.
He's not in the room.
Somebody raised their hand.
I mean, I can see him.
Uma is ready to
Uma is
evaluate.
there, so Uma could evaluate. Uma, go ahead.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. So Umar started the speech. I couldn't listen intently, but I got the message. So I'm being a teacher, I agree with what Umar says. Definitely exams should be conducted, but they can be graded as percentile wise instead of giving them exact rankings or saying first, second. If they are graded percentile wise, definitely the students will also know where they stand. And for competitors or who are very good, they will also know where they stand. And it will avoid comparison. And exams are definitely necessary to evaluate a student, just like we are evaluated here by giving the feedback. Only then you know where you stand and you can improve yourself. But definitely, what do you say, giving a first rank, second rank, that can be avoided and they can be graded percentile wise. So that was brought out very well by Umar sir. Kudos to you for that. And in a very short time, you could tell us how CBSE exams have been abolished for this year, and government has taken a good stand regarding that. Throughout the year performance has to be taken into consideration, and the internal assessments, how a child performs in the class, all that has to be evaluated to give the result finally. So I feel government has taken a good stand too, and that was mentioned by you. That is my brief evaluation. It was a good talk. Thank you.
Umar, now you get to give Uma a topic and select an evaluator. We'll also have to ensure that that evaluator is in the room.
Okay, so I have to select an evaluator. Priyanshi can do the evaluation.
Priyanshi, are you there? Okay, somebody did a thumbs up. I think that was
she is.
Priyanshi. Okay,
Yeah, she is.
cool.
Okay, Priyanshi will be the evaluator.
Okay.
So Uma ma'am, your topic is life is a tragedy for those who feel and comedy for those who think. Life is a tragedy for those who feel and a comedy for those who think. Uma ma'am.
Okay. Life is a great teacher, and myself being a teacher, I go with it. It is a great experience if you think it is a comedy, and it is a tragedy if you think it is a feeling. I have undergone many challenges in my 54 years of life, be it ups and downs. Initially, when I got married, after I got married at the early age of 22, and I thought life was a bed of roses. But no, my husband's was a transferable job, and in the maybe 13 or 14 transfers that we had in my 30 years of his service, I realized that life is not a bed of roses at all. You have a lot of ups and downs in life. I had tragedies and I had comedies too. That is, I had my ups and I had my downs. That made me a better person. That made me a stronger person. And now I'm ready to face any challenge in life. I'm ready for challenges and I keep asking God, just like Kunti asked Arjuna or Krishna, please give me more challenges so that I can become a better person and think of God. When I think of challenges, I know that God is always there with me to protect me as his child. And I'm always ready to face challenges with a smile. That is what is comedy. And if you feel bad, that is tragedy. So when you bounce back, recently also I bounced back after COVID as early as in April first week. And I'm standing before you with all positivity. Thank you for the opportunity.
So I shall begin my evaluation for Toastmaster Uma. The best thing about your speech was the way you began with a lot of confidence and your personal story. I feel if at any point, whenever you add a personal story, it automatically connects to the public, and we love to hear what next would you be speaking. There were series of tragedies that you spoke about your life, how you expected something, but something else happened. However, I feel there could have been one or two comedies that you could have shared in order to do complete justice to the topic. But nonetheless, your topic had everything, your personal story, general comments, and a great conclusion. So it really connected with me and the audience, and it was a great attempt. Thank you.
Thank you.
So now, Toastmaster Uma, you have
Uma,
to give
you
me a
choose
topic.
a evaluator for Priyanshi and then you give her a topic.
I am not sure who has already evaluated. So can
You
I
take the name, I'll
just
let you
choose
know.
random?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you evaluated, sir? Rupinder Singh, you have evaluated somebody already?
No, but I've given a speech, so I cannot. So
Uh-huh.
if you want, I can
Okay.
help you choose.
Yeah, you can choose it. Choose an evaluator.
Okay, how about Sheila? Sheila, you ready to evaluate Priyanshi? Sheila. Is Sheila even
Yep,
there?
I did. I gave a thumbs up. I'm ready.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
Uma,
your
give
topic
Priyanshi.
for Priyanshi is listening is the mother of communication. Listening is the mother of communication.
Good morning, everyone. Well, my wishes wouldn't have reached you if you wouldn't have paid attention to me. So it's like if I'm speaking, but if there's no one to listen, it might as well I'm not speaking. We often consider that whenever we want to communicate, we should speak out whatever is going in our mind. We should speak our feelings, we should speak what we like, what we do not. We should speak out our opinions. But what we forget is that 50% of communication isn't fulfilled unless there's someone to actually listen to us. Or 50% of communication is stopped if we do not listen to someone. We are so much occupied in our life nowadays that we just want to speak about what's going on with us, about our opinions, our needs, our fulfillments. But what about the other person? Whether it's relationships, whether it's work environment, or in a family situation. The one thing that's stopping people to bond and communicate better is the fact that no one has ears to lend to others. We only have mouth to speak what's going on inside us. So my dear friends, today when I speak to you and as you all listen to me, next time do lend ears to someone else also, because we often just listen to speak, but we do not listen to only listen. There are many challenges people are going through, and sometimes we only should listen without giving our own opinion. So communicate, speak out whatever you are going through, whatever going through in your mind, but also listen, because if no one is there to listen to you, what's the use of you communicating? Thank you.
Sheila, you're on.
All right, so great speech. I loved your vocal variety. When you had to speak on the spur of the moment, you had the hand gestures, the vocal variety. I love the enthusiasm. I loved how you opened the speech. You drew people in speaking about listening, and if no one was listening, then you would be giving this beginning of the speech, and of course, nobody would hear it. I thought you did a great job in repeating the word listen. Oftentimes, again, the topic was listening is the mother of communication. So again, repeating that verb of listen was excellent. Maybe giving an example would be a good way to, again, draw the listener in a little bit more. And I would encourage you to, instead of giving a command to somebody, do lend when you started that way. Encourage somebody. Sometimes we as humans don't like to feel we're commanded to do something, but we definitely like to feel that we're being encouraged to. Overall, I thought it was a great speech. Excellent job. Over to you.
Thank you so much. So for Toastmaster Sheila, can I request Toastmaster Satwinder Kaur to evaluate?
She's not a Toastmaster, but Satwinder, are you ready to evaluate her speech, and you will get a topic after this?
Actually, I'm just a guest.
This is her first meeting in
Okay.
Toastmasters, so she would find it a little difficult.
Okay.
Maybe assign it to someone else.
Anna, would you like to evaluate Sheila and then get a topic? Okay, Anna raised her thumb. Priyanshi, fire away.
So the topic for Toastmaster Sheila is, with great power comes great responsibility. With great power comes great responsibility, Toastmaster Sheila.
Thank you so much, fellow Toastmaster. Indeed, with great responsibility. Can you repeat one more time again, please?
With great power comes great responsibility.
Thank you. Yes, it's getting late over here. Indeed, this statement is very powerful and very true. One cannot expect to be a leader without having great power, but with great power comes great responsibility and accountability, I would add. Any company cannot be successful without having excellent leaders, and excellent leaders must take a stand as well as make powerful decisions. After all, how can we have Fortune 500 companies without excellent leadership? I would argue that oftentimes leaders who make decisions are not always the favorites of others. They have to make hard decisions and they have to make them quickly. As a teacher, I would say at times I feel that being put in a leadership responsibility comes power. Oftentimes, my students are not very happy with the fact that I have to make these decisions quickly. For example, today, I had a student who knocked over a $1,500 computer and the monitor spider cracked. I had to correct the student and tell them that they shouldn't have been out of their bubble. That is, they shouldn't have been out of their seat walking around. He claims his backpack actually was what caused the monitor to fall. It was indeed him, and I told him multiple times that he needed to be sitting. Unfortunately, he blamed his backpack, and I was very clear that it was not his backpack, but him. In this instance, I knew that I was not the source of happiness for this child. In fact, he said to leave him alone, and as he walked out the door, he said, "Shut up." Again, being a leader is not always what it's cracked up to be. Thank you.
Sheila, I could not have said it better myself. As a supervisor, as a role model, as a leader, as a Toastmaster, we have that responsibility put on us, thrust upon us with distinct pleasure at all times. So I completely agree not only with the statement, but with your response to it. I love also the fact that you threw in a story and all I'm picturing is this kid blaming his backpack for this monitor and knowing full well that he's guilty of it. So great job giving an explanation. The only thing I might add is just a little bit more on some of the reactions that might have come of it. So maybe your disgust or frustration or surprise, maybe his shock, his uneasiness, something to put a little bit more emphasis behind it. But behind it, you had a great subject, a great topic, and you provided that story, which I absolutely love. So great job.
Thank you.
Sheila, you want to choose an evaluator for Anna? Toastmaster Naveen, are you there?
I will go with Toastmaster Naveen.
Yep, I'm here now. Yep.
Anna, fellow Toastmaster, here is your topic. Real wealth is not measured in money or possessions. Real wealth is not measured in money or possessions. Over to you.
Thank you for that subject. I'm going to be shameless for a moment because my very first video for my public speaking platform launches tomorrow. And tonight, all prior to this meeting, has been nothing but phone calls to my marketing manager, to my mentors, to my coaches, trying to get any more information, any more pieces, any more ideas of what I need to do as soon as that video launches. To me, that's wealth. We sat there talking about the hundreds and thousands of dollars that you can put towards any speaking coach to get tips and tricks and their best ideas. But the minute the money stops being sent to them, they discard you. They don't need you. They're in it for that dollar, for that wealth. The wealth that we all as Toastmasters and fellow speakers and leaders all start achieving is that when it comes to helping each other, mentoring each other, giving each other the best tips and tricks on what to do or what to expect. The best one I heard today was make sure that I'm ready for those phone calls tomorrow. Because as soon as that video launches, not only will it talk about my family, my past, discuss things that maybe people don't know about me, but it's also going to open that realm of a whole bunch of wealth of knowledge and ability to showcase my skills and my expertise. So I am excited to share my wealth with all of you. I will do the shameless plug. It will be on Facebook, on Instagram, and I will be sharing it. And hopefully from that, it won't be money I'm giving you, but it will definitely be a little bit of a wealth of knowledge. Thank you for that topic.
Well, okay, this is Naveen. Toastmaster Anna, what a wonderful, insightful message you gave in your table topic. I was totally inspired by it, that real wealth is not in possession. You gave the detail of the video which is going to come out, and I'm eager to hear it and watch it as soon as it's there. Do share me the link. Now, you had given a very sequential flow of what it really means, and you were relatable to the topic. And the best thing is that it really captivated us. You explained us that why wealth is not important, and even the participation in Toastmaster of how we help each other, how we guide each other, and how we assist each other in terms of need does play an equal, meaningful knowledge. And that is what the real wealth and fraternity is all about. Now, the only thing which I felt was that if you could have just given some other, apart from your own personal examples, some other examples which could be relatable to all of us, that would have really added more spice onto your table topic. But overall, we were totally inspired by it, and wonderful sequence. Thank you.
Thank you for that. I am going to call upon Toastmaster Jitendra. Are you there and ready to evaluate Toastmaster Naveen?
Jitendra, are you there? Don't think he is there. We do have Sumit. We do have Sumit, who's member of
That's fine. Sumit, you ready to evaluate? All right, perfect. So Naveen, as a child, we always grow up with a fantasy of what our ideal job is and what we want. But that's not what I'm going to ask you. Now, as an adult and grown, now what is your dream when you grow up?
Fellow Toastmasters, dreams are something which we always have been taking ever since we were young. When I was young, like I wanted to be just like my dad. But then when I really grew up, like I completed my graduation, I wanted to change my profession, and I came to a new profession which was something different from my family business. But and I've been in and off, and I've changed my profession a lot of times. But right now, what I really want to do moving ahead is a different type of profession, because I'd noted that my profession, it involves a lot of traveling, and I thought it was exciting. But when I got stuck up over here in Singapore for the past 15 months due to pandemic, I realized it wasn't the smartest thing what I had chosen for myself. So now, moving ahead, the type of profession which I would really like to enter into is something which I may control remotely, which I may manage remotely, and which may add value to the society in times to come. Of course, I have not yet fully decided on what really it would be, what the structure would be, but I'm sure over a period of time, once things settle down, I would be in a better position to structure and to bring some meaning to my new entrepreneurship journey, which will come up. Of course, it would require a lot of teamwork. It would require a lot of effort. It would require a lot of ideas to build up the concept. But I'm sure that as long as it is something good for the society and something in which a lot of people may benefit in terms of learning, in terms of education, or in terms of grants. So at least I will have something which I may look back upon maybe 20 years down the line, that I did, or I made a good decision over a period of time. Over to you, Toastmaster Anna.
Starting my evaluation for Naveen.
Yeah.
Naveen's speech. Naveen, it came out really well that you have a vision for future. And as an adult, you still have a vision that to add value to the life of other people. That's something very inspiring that almost all Toastmasters have within their heart, to add value to other people. The journey that you want to you have in your mind is that you want to do something with the comfort of your place, being a little bit far distant, and you have some vision of your future already in your mind. That's great that you know that you want to add value to the people, and you know how you want to add value to other people, right? That's something that came out very well for us. Some of the areas where we believe that, I believe that it could have come better to the audience would be if you could have started the speech with something that something which states that this is my vision for myself. That could have not let the audience guess about your future pursuit for a much longer period. Let's say 30 to 40% of your speech, we were just thinking what exactly was the what is your vision for yourself in the future. And probably you can end the speech with a punch saying that that punch saying that, and you can relate it to the Toastmaster itself, that the way we add value in Toastmaster, we can add value this same way in my future. So that could have added more value. Otherwise, it is something that came out very, very well. And we all, as a Toastmaster, want to add value to other people, and it came out very, very well. Over.
Okay. Okay. Now, do I need to pick on an evaluator? Yep.
We have Arunima. Arunima, would you be willing to evaluate Sumit?
Yes, sure, Rupinder.
Okay.
Okay.
Naveen,
Yeah.
give him a topic.
All right. Toastmaster Sumit, your topic is: some are born great, others achieve greatness. Some are born great, others achieve greatness.
Some are born great, others achieve greatness. Those who are born great are fortunate. But fortune is not only for those people who have born with a golden spoon or something which becomes their greatness. Most of the examples that we find in the world are with those who have turned their weaknesses into greatness. And some of those who have worked really very hard to become great. Think about Elon Musk. Think about Bill Gates. Think about Warren Buffett. And think about your own self. Most of us here might not have been born great, but we all are working towards greatness. And that's the life. That's something that keeps us motivated every single day. That's something which is keeping some of our Toastmaster keeping awake at night and joining this Toastmaster meeting. So we might not have been born great, but I believe all of us here in this meeting room will achieve greatness very soon, as we are all working hard towards it. Over to you.
Thank you, Sumit. That was a very nice starting, like how you correlated with the examples of Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, and how you like followed the approach wherein you connected it with yourself. The recommendation for you may be that if you could have told more about like what you feel, like they believe in fortune, like everyone believes in fortune, I guess. So there is no person on the earth who does not. So if you could tell more about like if something has happened good to you, maybe like if you have been fortunate enough to experience something in your life, that would have been a little better.
Okay, Sumit, choose an evaluator for Arunima.
I think Bharat has not evaluated and
Bharat said that he won't be able to participate. He's here as an audience. So we have Sastha.
I do believe that he gave us thumbs up.
Hello. Bharat, are you ready to evaluate? Oh, he's not available, he said on chat. Sastha, is that how I pronounce your name?
Yes, and I can evaluate.
Oh, so Shastha will evaluate. So give it to Arunima.
Arunima, your topic is tiny changes makes a big difference. Arunima, tiny changes makes a big difference. Tiny changes makes a big difference, Arunima.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sumit. Tiny changes makes the big difference. Last month, I bought a book for myself on the way back from office, the 5 a.m. Club. Initially, when I bought the book, I had no idea that tiny changes will change my life in a different way. Once I started reading the book, I thought that it is not possible for me to wake up at 5 a.m. But while reading, I realized the importance of getting up early and planning your day and starting. In the end of the book, there were certain tricks that if you follow for regularly for 21 days, the tiny changes will certainly have a great impact. I wrote down all those things that were there in the book, The 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma, and I started following it. Initially, it was very tough for me to get up at 5 a.m. I failed. But then, after a certain time, I realized that I have to wake up because these tiny changes only will make great impact in my life. And then since then, the life has evolved for me. Waking up at 5 a.m., planning the day in advance, I can get the time for myself, which I was not able to when I used to wake up at 8 a.m. So, this is how tiny changes make a great impact in your life. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arunima. And overall, I think it was a fabulous speech that you gave. How you begin with a personal story which connected the audience, and how it progressed, how you portrayed how your thought process progressed with the help of the book, with the support of the book, and how when you overcame an obstacle in the path, how you tried to persevere through it. That was tremendous. But one thing that I would suggest is the transitioning. Transitioning, if it was a bit smoother, if you could have expressed it in a bit smoother fashion, then I feel it could have been captivated audience in a much more engaging way. Other than that, everything was fabulous. And nothing else. I have nothing else to add from my side. Thank you.
We have Jitendra here who can be the evaluator for Shastra. Jitendra, are you ready? Okay, he said yes. Arunima, give him a topic.
Music needs no language. Music needs no language, Shasta. Shasta, music needs no language.
Whenever I feel bored or whenever I am on a travel or all alone, I just plug in my earphones and start music and try to doze off into sleep. And sometimes I just put them in autoplay mode where I get song suggestions of songs that I haven't even heard of. But do I really need to have heard a song before to enjoy it? I don't think so. Because music is an expression. Every time you listen to a different music, a different nerve in your brain gets activated. A different thought gets generated. For me, music is a kind of an escape place where I go when I need solitude. When I want to be alone in a crowd, I just plug in my earphones and just think for myself, think about myself. If that's what all music does, then does language really matter? No. If language really does matter, then Despacito wouldn't have got that many billion views. How many people know Spanish, right? Language doesn't matter. It is all the expression. It is all the feeling. In fact, I personally like to understand the lyrics of the song when I listen to it, but if I like a song, I don't care about the lyrics. All I think about is how that song makes me feel by the end of the song. If that's all, if that's what the song does, then I don't think so. Lyrics, language does matter as long as the artist is able to convey the expression through the soul of his voice. Thank you.
Toastmaster Shastra. Music is a topic. I think you should start with a big bang. You stated the importance of music very well in bits of pieces. I would have liked you have related an incident in your life and structured in such a way that would have given more impact for us, because music, everybody is aware of that. When we are bored, we listen to music, or when nobody is there at home, generally we use that. So otherwise, you brought all the importance of the music in a very short period of time, whatever you got. But I would have expected that you could have brought it more light to that, and because the topic you got it was a great topic. You could have created more impact to that. Otherwise, the bits and pieces what you have told that you have done in a very well way. Otherwise, I don't have anything else to your topic. You spoke well, spoke from your heart. That's all. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Shastra.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jitendra. So now I have to choose an evaluator for Jitendra, right?
Yes, you can choose Kapil, but we'll need a timer. Priyanshi, can you be a timer for until the time when Kapil speaks?
So actually, I'll need some time.
Okay. Anyone who's willing to
I'll
be
do
a,
it. I'll change
you're
the
a
backdrop.
grammarian. You're a grammarian. You focus on be. Nuha has raised her hand. She'll be the timer for Sumit. Nuha, okay. So Kapil, you won't be the timer for this one.
Evaluation.
You'll be doing the evaluation. Okay. Shasta, give Jitendra a topic.
Sorry, timing for evaluation is how
For
much?
the table topic and the evaluation.
Both will have same time.
Table topics is 1 to 2 minutes regular.
Okay.
Evaluation is 30, 45, 60 seconds, and then there's a 30 seconds grace.
Okay.
Make sense? Okay, I will spotlight you, Nuha. Shasta, you can give the topic.
Okay. Toastmaster Jitendra, my topic for you is adversity makes a man wise, not rich.
Could you repeat? Adversity makes
a man wise, not rich.
Okay, adversity makes, if I heard it correctly, adversity makes a man wise, not
rich.
Not rich. Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for that. So adversity, we know that we are going through a lot of, in the pandemic, we are going through the adversity. As Shakespeare said, sweet are the users of adversity. So Jax was the person in As You Like It. So when there is an adversity, a man goes through a lot of challenges in life. He gets to, every step he gets a challenge. So that is why he has more experiences and he becomes more wiser. Like one of the speakers said a while ago, she went through a lot of challenges in her life due to transfers. That's the reason she is very bold and she is able to take any challenges in life. So you should have adversities in your life. Until unless you go through the challenges, you cannot win. Like the diamond, years of it goes into the soil, all the trees and all, and it turns, the coal turns into a diamond. So any person like me or anybody else should go through adversity. Then only you can be turned into a diamond. You cannot be rich. Richness and the finance what you get is a byproduct of any slogging or any hard work you do. You cannot consider, like we say, bottom line of everything is money, but money is not everything. Richness is again a byproduct. So you should go through some strategic plan or challenges in life, then only you can get rich. That's again a byproduct, but the experiences what you brought, like we fail. People in a startup, people fail multiple times. But people say, Arey, yeah, there is a lot of losses I had, but there is no loss. You gained a lot. Like Swami Vivekananda once asked, in meditation, what you gain? He said, I did not gain anything. I lost anger. I lost all the bad qualities I had it. Similarly, you gain a lot when you fail. And that is the pillar to success. Thank you. Over to you.
Okay, regarding your evaluation, Jitendra, you started off very well that this is pandemic and because of this adverse situation, we get to learn so much, we get wiser, and then this is a byproduct of adversity. So you started off very well, and then you also correlated it that it is not the money that makes you rich, even your wisdom makes you rich. So that is well done on that part. Regarding some improvement, I felt that you had so many ideas. So as and when you got some idea, you just narrated it, but you were unable to stitch it together. So I mean, it was like you were saying one idea, then suddenly next thought comes into your mind, and then you start narrating and you start driving on that particular lane. So that was one aspect that I felt did not go well with your speech. Otherwise, I really liked the way how you narrated it.
Thank you. Thanks, Kapil.
Have Gayatri to evaluate Kapil, and until that time I will take over as grammarian.
Toastmaster Kapil, most people change when there are no options left. Most people change when there are no options left. Toastmaster Kapil.
Right. Thank you for the topic, Jitendra. And I can correlate it with many things, but I would rather prefer to give it in a more practical way. 5 years ago, or rather 8 years ago, I was working with Motorola, and there was a huge layoff that happened. In Motorola is a company, people consider it like a government job. They do not want to leave it because it has so much amenities and the pay packages were good. So people were quite happy and nobody was, willing to switch to a new job. But when that laid off happened, people have no options, right? They have to search for a new job. And I have 3 friends who were part of that layoff. They all got great jobs. One got into Samsung, one got into IBM, and then one other fellow got offer from Infosys. All are doing very good. And when we meet, they always keep on telling me this thing that, Kapil, if that laid off wouldn't have happened, we would not have searched for a new job. And that is why I feel that if you are left with no options, you actually try to achieve, or you rather put more efforts. And I always believe in one statement that hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. So probably when you are left with no options, no matter how much talented you are, you try to put more hard work and you wanted to prove yourself. That is when I feel if you have no options with you, it doesn't happen always, but in some instances, if you are not left with many options, you can still do good in your life. Over to you, Jitendra.
So before Gayatri starts, Nuha, you can give up your role as the timer. Kapil will take over as the timer, and Gayatri will give her evaluation. Okay, thank you.
Kapil, the moment you got the topic, you knew exactly what you wanted to say. You could connect it with your personal life story. You narrated the story really well. As an audience, I was completely engrossed in your entire journey when you started telling about your friends and the kind of impact it had on you, and how you had to make your choice, not out of choice, but because you had to make that choice. What I personally felt is there is one thing that could have been done better in the speech, and that was you could have connected this story with the topic in a much better way. You had ample time on your hand. You could have utilized that time to guide the audience from your story to the topic given to you. You could have just handholded them throughout, and that would have taken your speech to another level altogether. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, Gayatri. Thank you for the feedback.
Okay. At this point, I would like to ask if anyone who's not got a chance would like to be an evaluator. Okay. Second call, anyone who would like to be an evaluator and subsequently a table topic speaker.
Sasta has done, I think.
Shasta is done. Yes. Last and final call.
Let me do it. Let me do it now.
Oh,
Not
Bharat,
free.
you're going
Okay,
to do?
Bharat is back.
So,
Yeah.
Bharat, you'll be doing an evaluation for whatever topic that Gayatri gets.
Perfect.
Gayatri, your evaluation.
Okay.
Okay, Gayatri is done with the evaluation. Gayatri, give him a topic and then.
I am not weird. I am limited edition. Bharat, I am not weird. I am limited edition.
It's not
I'm
Bharat.
supposed to. I'm the evaluator.
I
Bharat
need to
is-
give it. I need to give her a top, right?
Yeah, you need to give Gayatri a topic.
Okay. So
Thank you,
topic
Gayatri, for sharing your topic.
Topic for you, Gayatri, is the greatest distance in the world is 14 inches. The greatest distance in the world is 14 inches.
I really don't know what Table Topic Master intends to say when he says 14 inches. Is he talking about my waist or my height? Either way, it is extremely uncool. Do you have any idea how much skipping I have done since my school days? What can I do if the skipping did not help me grow in height? Do you have any idea how much dieting I have done? Do you have any idea how much walking I have done? But I don't lose in inches. What am I to do? And you, cruel man, in front of everybody is asking me the distance between 14 inches. You are asking me the maximum distance, the most distance is the distance of 14 inches. Please. There are so many problems in the world. People are not having food to eat. People are losing their jobs. People are losing their lives. But you, people like you, only care about yourselves and those inches in your stomach. Not good, sir, not good. It is high time you must be more responsible towards the society. And please don't talk about my inches. I will take care of my inches the way I want to. So what if I'm not losing any inches? People are losing too many things. It is high time we start gaining something. So what if I'm not gaining anything in my career? So what if I'm not gaining anything in my life? So what if I'm not going any closer to my goals? At least I am gaining in inches. Those 14 inches are very important in the times when you are losing everything. Thank you so much.
Toastmaster Gayatri, your energy, wow. I thought I only am the person who has high energy. I can see some energy from you and it is really pulling me in. Your start was excellent. You drew us in. I couldn't take my eyes off the screen hearing you speak. And then again, you have changed the topic in your own way, relating it to weight loss, relating it to so many other things. Now, if I have to give you some feedback for making it to the next level, number one, I would really love to see you have a different plain background. Your background is too noisy. I really can't focus on you or your eyes or your expressions there. Then again, if we want to go, I could not get a clear message from your speech. This is running very fast, so it's a shorter evaluation now. So anyway, so with this, I tell you high energy. And yes, you have done away with the background. Maybe the green also has to go. It has to be more simpler. So great trying that right in front of us, and do stand up and speak. Back to you, Rupendra. Now, whoever is taking the chance.
Now I'm supposed to give you the topic. So because
I am the last, so I'll be the evaluator for Bharat. And that will,
Haritika just joined.
no, okay, let's do Haritika. Haritika will be the evaluator for Bharat, and then I'll evaluate Haritika to close the loop.
So Bharat, the topic for you is, where there is will, there is a problem. Where there is will, there is a problem. Bharat.
Problem, problem, problem. Everywhere there's a problem. Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? For me, there are no problems. I have dreams, and I have dreams, and I have the will to dream those dreams. How many of you would join me in my dreams? I don't see, oh, there's Kapil joining, Sumit joining me.
It depends on the dream.
Don't worry. We have problems, problems, and problems, and we have dreams, dreams, and dreams. Overcome this problem. Give me your problem. I'll dream a solution for your problem. For me, my problem is very simple. I want to make everyone in this room happy. And how I can do that? I want to gift them something they want, something they really yearn for. Maybe my time, maybe a physical thing, maybe something they really like. And how do I going to do that? I'm dreaming. I'm dreaming of a startup, Kyadung, which will find what you want. Even you will not know, and I'll pop up a gift which will say, here you go. And you say, wow, I didn't realize I wanted a cup of coffee with this slight milk in it, or I would like to go to Disneyland today. Well, want to find more how to dream and how to make sure you have the will to remove these problems. First of all, these are not problems, these are challenges, and we can dream them away. Come dream with me, all of you. Back to you.
Yes, I literally liked how you changed the topic and went in the opposite direction, that you want to, not the problem, but the dream, and how you will share them with us too. And it was a great take on the topic when you were not willing to go for the problems. Yes, it was. I don't have any recommendation for you from my side.
Okay, I will be evaluating Haritika, and Bharat, you will give her a topic.
Oh, giving her a topic, just one sec. I have a topic in hand. And the topic is, here you go. Ritika, lifelong learnings. Lifelong learnings, Toastmaster Ritika.
No, what can you ask a person who is just who was COVID positive last month, and you want to ask the life learnings, when every elder person in the family was COVID positive, and you were the youngest one in the family, and you were to think that what can you do for them when your father and your uncle were not feeling quite well and they were not able to get their situation was not getting any better in 10 to 11 days. What can you learn from that situation when everyone was reluctant to get them admitted, but your doctor had told you that you have to get them admitted, otherwise I can't tell what will happen. So in this, I will tell the learnings that I learned from this period itself, that I have to, not the thing that I am the youngest one, I have to take the decision at whatever is best for them. So yes, I took the decision, I took the leadership that I have to get them admitted no matter what happens. We ran to hospital, didn't get any bed, but we didn't stop trying that time too. I with my cousin, who we both are the youngest in the family, we both ran to hospital despite the fact that everyone was reluctant, because we had seen the situation in the hospital too. But our doctor had told that if you are staying with them at home, then I don't know what will happen. And though we didn't get any bed in our city, we tried to get them admitted in a city which was 60 kilometers away from my city. But yes, we didn't stop trying. So, and don't ever stop trying, and don't ever let your leader in you say that you are the youngest, you can't take the lead. You can take lead if you have leadership skills, and if you have support from everyone, you can do whatever it takes. So please don't ever underestimate yourself.
Haritika, in many ways, I would say that this topic was meant for you, and that you took the opportunity with both hands. You were like what we say in athletics, on your marks, get set, go. And you will go right from the beginning. Excellent opening with a situation where you described the recent COVID situation in your family. What I particularly liked about your speech was that it came straight from the heart. It was sincere. It was genuine. What can improve? Small ones. When you say 10 to 11 days, you could say the usual 10 to 11 days that it takes to recover, or the normal 10 to 11 days that it takes to recover, so that people have context. Otherwise, that 10 to 11 days does not have a context. Second, I felt that towards the end of your speech, you went on a tangent to your topic. So you kind of strayed away from your topic. Last but not the least, when you get excited, when you get a topic that you can speak a lot about, I saw that you were speaking so fast, it was difficult to keep pace with what was otherwise a wonderful story. So just work on the pace. Don't go off on a tangent. Just try to contextualize your content. Otherwise, a wonderful speech coming straight from the heart. I would love you to deliver a story around it next time. Thank you. With that, we come to the end. And now what I will do is that I will call on the evaluator. I will call on the grammarian to deliver her speech, to deliver her report. Calling on Gayatri, removing myself from the spotlight. Gayatri, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Rupinder. And I would like to start with Rupinder. Rupinder started his speech, and the way he performed his speech, he used excellent personification of heart and brain. He talked about heart and brain as if they were people. So hence the personification was used very effectively. Nuha used this word, early bird turned into a night owl. She's explained this transition really well. Saurendra used the figure of speech repetition effectively. on to the next step, then on to the next step. Omar used the figure of speech alliteration really effectively when he said demoralized and demotivated. Uma used metaphor really well when she said life is not a bed of roses. Priyanshi, if there is no one to listen to you, what is the point of communicating? She came up with this right at the end of her speech, and it was a powerful end. Sheila said, I was not the source of happiness in this child's life. The use of the phrase source of happiness was really touching. And a wealth of knowledge, I will be sharing my wealth with you. First, she spoke about what her actual wealth was, which was knowledge, and what she was going to share with us when she was going to share her wealth. It reached out really well. Naveen said it wasn't the smartest thing that I. So this was the negative style of sentence which was used. There is an affirmative style which could have been, it was the stupidest decision, but instead he took a more sober and a more sophisticated route by negative, wherein he used the opposite of stupid, which was smart, and then said it was not the smartest. This is another style of sentence you can use to enhance your speech. Sumit said that turned their weaknesses in greatness, which was a good usage. Arunima said life has evolved. She was given a topic connected to change, and she used the word evolve, which is a synonym of change, but more suitable in this particular context. So kudos to that use of vocabulary. Sasta said, when I want solitude. So that was a good use of word again. Jitendra, people fail multiple times. A lot of people end up saying so many times, and I was really glad to listen to Jitendra use multiple times instead of going with so many times. So another good use of vocabulary there. Kapil used this excellent quote, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Bharat, he stuck to this particular dream wherein there was a narrative. In the beginning of his speech, he said, would you like to join in my dreams? And he ended his speech with, come dream with me. So that he maintained that particular thought throughout his speech, and that thought came out really well. Haritika said they were reluctant. The use of word reluctant was admirable. And don't underestimate yourself was the last message she gave, which was really powerful. There were some not so good usages. Myself being a JML, I have just said something for XYZ. We never say myself being a, it always goes as myself, being a XYZ or being a teacher, I did whatever. Connect to public should have been connect with public. 50% communication is stopped. It should have been 50% communication stops. Dreams have been taking since. The ideal sentence construction would have been, there have been dreams since my childhood or whatever it is. I have in and off in achieving. It should have been, I have been on and off. The phrase is not in and off, it is on and off. That keep us motivated. There were a lot of mistakes in context to third person singular and third person plural, the subject verb agreement aspect. Here it should have been that keeps us motivated. The recommendation for you may be, over here the modal auxiliary should have been would be instead of maybe, because it was a suggestion. In the end of the book should have been at the end of the book. The preposition was incorrect. Doze off into sleep. We don't need to use into sleep. Doze off essentially mean falling asleep. You could have brought more light. Whenever we are talking about something being explained better, we say throwing light on that particular aspect and not bringing light or brought light in that context. Every step he gets challenged. The ideal construction for this sentence or this thought would be faced with challenges at every step. Whoever it can be, he faced challenges, they faced challenges. Their situation was not getting better. Instead of saying not getting better, it could have been their situation was not improving. And over here, I shall end my grammarian's report with good usages from each and every speaker and some not so good usages and errors. Thank you so much. Over to you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Not presiding officer.
Okay,
I'll just
so
ask.
Mr. Sergeant at Arms.
I will just ask Shaurendra to deliver the counter report.
Yeah. One thing which I realized as we went along today is that when we do evaluations, we have more of these filler words. Whereas when we go in as a speaker, we tend to have less filler words. And this is a general feeling that I got. So I'll get to have individually, I will be talking about it. Rupinder, when you started your first speech, you only had one R and one OK. But when you did an evaluation right at the end, this was totally against what the general thing was. You had no R's, you were fluent. And then Noha, in your evaluation, you had not a single filler word, nor did you have anything to say as far as filling up or crutch words in your speech. Omer, you had in your speech 3 R's, and in evaluation, 1 so, which was misplaced, and 2 R's. Uma, in your evaluation, you had 5 R's, and in your speech, you had only 3 R's. Priyanshi, in your evaluation, you did not have a single filler word, which is very good. But you went a little out where it came to your speech. You repeated words twice, and you had a short pause, which was once. Sheila, evaluation, as well as the speech, you had not a single filler word, which is excellent. Anna, in your evaluation, you had 1 pause and 2 pauses, which was short as far as your speech was concerned. Rupinder gave me my scores, and I had 3 ands, which were not required, and 2 short pauses. Naveen, as far as the evaluation is concerned, you had 2 OKs and 4 repeat words and 1 R. In your speech again, you had 5 repeats, 3 likes and 1 R. Sumit, your R's, I lost count in your evaluation after 10, and you kept repeating very well thrice. However, in your speech, you only had 1 R, which is excellent. Arunima, you had the use of like, and I think you need to think about this because you constantly use likes and you went up to 7, and after that I did not count. There was not a single filler word by you as far as your speech was concerned. Jitinder, evaluation had 3 R's, and in your speech, you had a repeat of twice, once, R's 4, and like got repeated twice. That was actually a filler word. Kapil, in your evaluation, you had 3 R's. You had 3 repeat words and I mean twice. However, in your speech, you had thrice, right once, and I'm sorry, that word I've just jotted it down. There was something which was twice. Gayatri, pause once in your evaluations, no speech filler words. Bharat, 1 R in your evaluation, no filler words in your speech. Hartika, 3 R's in your evaluation, but in your speech, you had 7 R's, which is very high. Overall, as I said, think as we think, we start tending to use these filler words where we should be conscious about. And my request to each one of you is, if you can keep the record of your filler words and look at it before you're coming in for another meeting, it will make you conscious and you will avoid using it. And if you are reducing the pace of your speech, you may be doing much better as far as the filler words are concerned. Over to you. Now, I believe the timer report.
The
will have to
timer
be
will
given.
be giving his report. I was looking for
Okay,
him to
sorry.
spotlight
Yeah,
him.
so I'm
Sorry.
sharing my
Okay.
report. It is self-explanatory. Okay, can you see it now?
Yes.
All right. So here we have speakers and here we have evaluators. So all the participants, all the speakers and evaluators were well within time. So all qualified for an award.
Okay. Speaking of awards, I am just going to launch the polls. Kapil, you can start the guest interviews. Guests, please vote and continue speaking. Act like there is nothing happening. I'm starting with the best. So we're going to have 2 rounds of table topic speakers and speech evaluators. So first table topic speakers, then speech evaluators, then the best auxiliary role players. Kapil, continue with the introductions, with the interviews.
Sure. Thank you, Rupinder. I think this was one of its kind meeting, and I'm sure that most of you would have liked it. Let me take feedback from our guests, starting with you, Bharat.
Oh, I love your meetings. I love to come here. Only challenge is that it is Wednesday afternoon, which is a working day for me. I'm 2 hours, 30 minutes ahead of you. Otherwise, lovely. I love to be here again and again.
Yeah. Thank you. Gayatri.
I had a lot of fun. I mean, I really had a lot of fun today. And I really hope that, I really want to attend more meetings. I haven't been able to attend past couple of meetings. I really missed those on my Wednesdays. And now I'm going to make sure that I am up at 8 o'clock and I'm attending the meeting.
Thank you, Gayatri. Jitendra.
Being an early bird, I always wanted to attend the morning meetings. I tried my club meeting also, but people are all late risers. So I really loved it, but due to some other meetings which I have I think this is my second meeting attending. So I really love the way every time you come up with something innovative. Today's was also an innovative way of it. And people from across the globe, we have it. So it's really a good experience. And a Wednesday morning, if you attend it, the whole day goes very well. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you. Toastmaster Sastha.
I'm usually hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm usually not an early bird myself, but fortunately I woke up today and I just saw a meeting invite and I thought meeting looks interesting. Let me join and see what meeting was damn interesting. Being the head of my club, I'm thinking of having a similar kind of meeting for my club as well. And thank you for such a great idea.
You, Uma.
Umar, not Uma.
It was a wonderful session, quite different from the regular sessions. I just enjoyed and participating and listening to. Kudos to the different kind of session that we had today. I would look forward to attending in future also. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Uma. Umar, you may go ahead now.
Yes, it was a wonderful meeting. Second time me attending the meeting and great. And the concept of table topics and evaluation and this bringing the two sides and wonderful topics shared, and everybody was the evaluator and the table topic speaker. So two sides of one coin. So interesting and wonderful meeting. Looking forward to seeing you again also in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Milani?
Kapil, you're talking about me?
Probably. I actually, Milani, I see name as Mullins. Milani.
Melanie.
Melanie.
If Melanie is there.
I think she has to unmute.
We can ask Satwinder.
Yes, Satwinder, this is your first meeting.
Yes, this is my first meeting. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so I joined as Toastmaster. I think I attended one meeting 10 years back in IBM that time, but now I was realizing that this is one area which I need to improve. I just attended one meeting that time, and that was I felt I am not up to the mark, so that I was not going in physically. But yes, in this kind of framework of online meeting, we can still learn and improve. And I have learned a lot today, and there's so much I see that I'll be learning in time to come, and I'll be keep joining these meetings. I'm sure I'll be able. I don't know whether I'll be able to come up to that level, but I will try my level best. Thank you. Everyone was great.
Okay, thank
The
you.
way you
I
spoke,
also,
Satwinder, the way you spoke, Satwinder, I can assure you that you will turn out to be a great speaker. I'm telling you, you have it in you.
Thank you, sir.
and Satwinder, I also work with IBM, so in case you want to get in touch one-on-one with me, we can chat.
Sure. Thank you, Kapil.
Sure. Nuha?
Thank you very much. I'm joining all the way from Bahrain. And to you, Stavinder, I would say that you have to go for it. It's great improvement. I've been a new Toastmaster for 5 months now, and I can see great improvement. Still not reached their level, but will reach inshallah someday. Thank you. It was a wonderful meeting. I love the take of topic evaluation, speech evaluation. It's different, and it definitely gets you on your feet. Thank you.
Thank you, Nuha. Priyanshi?
Well, I'm not an early riser myself, so I'm so glad that I made this decision of waking up early and attending a meeting with such wonderful speakers. So I really had a great time. The table topic was so innovative that I can't wait to apply it in my own club. Thank you so much.
You, Sunny Faraz?
Thanks, Kapil. So this is my first session with your club, but I've been attending like continuous, like I think this is my 6th Toastmaster talk within this 2 weeks, because I have been focused now to, join as a member in any one of the clubs. So that's why I'm just going here and there and just seeing the vibes and everything, whatever it matches. I really like the innovative way the talk happened. The only thing maybe, and I'm an early bird, so I wake up every like 5 o'clock, like it's like continuously, because I'm into spiritual and so many things. I believe in schedule and everything. The only thing which I would recommend, if it is possible for your club, is do not keep it any meeting between 8 to 10, because many of the office they started at 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock also. Either make it too early or else make it between 10 to 12. Maybe that will also help. And this is again with my own thing, because I have been in my own scheduling thing also, like so many meetings and so many things I do. So I believe this time is not so happening, whereby because it becomes difficult for people to think because they are in dual minded. One is in the office mind and one is in the personal mind. So maybe that may help. And this might be one of, for me at a personal note, maybe if I think about joining as a member, this will be one of my hurdles, because during this meeting, I got 2-3 calls also. So this was one thing which I thought maybe I would just suggest.
Yeah, actually, we have international members as well, so we cannot go beyond this. But yeah, we will see. Okay. Who else left?
Hmm.
Vandana, I
You
guess.
have.
Hi, good morning. Actually,
Yeah, Vandana.
so basically, I woke up early today and I saw Uma's message, but then I was just taking a 5-minute walk around my house. And then I'm like, okay. And then we had a morning meeting at work where we talk about us. Then should I log in? It's so tempting. So my next call is only at 10 o'clock. And since I got work done, I thought, okay. But then the thing is, I missed most whatever the interesting table topics is. I joined in when Rupinder was talking. And definitely for me, this time makes sense. Although maybe 15-20 minutes, I would have to drop out for a call. It makes sense. And thanks to Omar, who keeps sending me a lot of interesting invites to meetings. And I feel, yes, yeah, people who are comfortable should join at this time. And for people who are wondering whether they should join or not, I was a stay-at-home mom. And I have been a Toastmaster for 1.5 months. I've been quite competitive in contests and been doing well and taken leadership roles only because I was pushed by whoever the president was and they wanted to fill roles. But this, because of this, I was in mortgage and today I have a design job, which I always wanted. And this only happened because of Toastmasters. So don't hesitate, like join. And I just did some quick doodles of, I couldn't really finish, but then yeah. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Vandana. With that,
I think but you can just check once again with Milani if she's there.
Yeah.
Milani, are you there?
You must be sleeping. Awaken the giant within.
Rupinder, you could share your results, please.
Results are being, certificates are still being generated, but what I'll do is that I will just call out the winners. So starting with the best table topic speaker round 1, the top 3 table topic speaker from round 1 are guest Toastmaster Uma Natraj. Let's have a round of applause for her. Then a person who woke up at, I think, a crazy hour in his morning, but I believe that it was worth it. Many congratulations, Umar Farooq. You were the second best speaker. And our best speaker today has a halo on their head and a dog that keeps on biting them. Many congratulations, Anna Whistler. We look forward to your video. No acceptance speeches. Okay. For the best table topic speaker in round 2, at third place, we had guest Sastha. I sincerely hope that is the way I pronounce your name. Many congratulations.
Thank you.
The second best speaker has left, but she is on her way to become a chartered accountant. And for the life of me, I don't understand why, but many congratulations, Haritika Ahuja. And the best topic speaker was a very reluctant one. He was going to be just the audience, but many congratulations, Bharat Nangia. Great job done. Now, when it comes to the best speech evaluators, I will go with round 1. We start off with our wonder from the northeast part of India. Many congratulations, Priyanshi Jalan. You should come to our meetings more often. The last time you came, you won an award, and here you are winning an award again, the third best evaluator. And the best, second best evaluator, well, she's a school teacher, is what I can tell you. From Jamestown, New York, Sheila McIntyre. Many congratulations. And our best evaluator in round in the first round, we call him the Gandalf, the Yoda of District 41, or at least as far as Blue Quest is concerned. Many congratulations, distinguished Toastmaster Shaurendra Bhatt. for the second round of speech evaluations. The best speech evaluator, from the third best speech evaluator, goes to a person playing a dual role. Many congratulations, Gayatri Deshmukh. Bharat once again is in the mix. He gets it. He's the second best speech evaluator. And I hate to tell you this, but I am once again the best speech evaluator today. I may have got disqualified in the evaluation speech contest, but today I am the best speech evaluator. Yes. As far as the best role player is concerned, well, I don't think anybody could have done it better today. The word of the day might not have been used much, but she sure got a lot of votes. Many congratulations, Gayatri Deshmukh. And I realized that I wrote your name as Gayatri Uppal. You're not the only Gayatri in my life, is all that I can say. I should have told this to you before, but I'm sorry. I feel so guilty right now. Okay, that's it from my side. Back to Kapil. Guys, please nominate for next week's roles so that we are able to close the agenda as soon as possible.
Yeah,
Back to you,
and-
Kapil.
Yeah, and agenda is there in our WhatsApp description group. So one can take agenda from there. It is a Google Doc. And once again, I would like to request members to fill that Google form for Moments of Truth. We need to submit it. So please do that and confirm it to me, or probably you can do it on WhatsApp also. What apart from this, Rupinder, I don't think we have anything left to discuss.
No, I think we're going to have our club elections sometime later this month, and we have to send out a notification for that. And that is open for all members. And other than that, I don't think we have got anything.
And all members who would like to become members, I must tell you that this is the month of June, and therefore we have a discount working for you. And
Guests who would like to become
all
members.
guests who would like to become members, we can take them on, and the charges will be $30 plus $20 is new members. But if you are a Toastmaster, then that $20 will not be charged. You will only be paying $30 for your membership. Incidentally, we do not charge over and above what TI has stipulated, which is $45 for 6 months. But since 2 months have already finished, so we will only charge for the remaining 4 months. And then in the month of September, you will then renew for the next 6 months. I am looking forward to hearing from you so that we can make you members as quickly as possible. Over to you.
Sure,
Kapil,
sir.
go
Yeah,
ahead.
sure, sir. Okay.
I'm going to stop the recording for now, Kapil.
Yeah.